Richardson casein. Got some Ultramarine. Not much left in that one. I need a new tube of yellow ochre. We are now, where are we? I don't know what the name of this headland. Is it Godreed? Is that way? Lighthouse. And Hell's Mouth's down there, Portreath. So this is on the north coast, and over there is my studio, just below Carnbray in Redruth. So I thought it would be quite a nice location to come and do a bit of sketching. And we're going to have a look through this sketchbook to follow on from where I was in the last sketching video, and we're going to do a sketch today at the same time. So this is one of, you don't need to get a close-up shot of this, Mads, and I've got close-ups I can zoom into. Alright, thanks Mads. Got Mads with us today, by the way. Yes, so that is Carnbray from Bucketshill with Sketch Club. Really enjoyed that one. This is all casein, I think. We've got the track leading to Nanswidden Farm. I really like that one. I've did a project on that one at the moment on the farm. Drawings, lots of drawings of this farm and barn complex in there. That's great. We've got somebody coming down to investigate now, haven't we, Basil? Hey, look who this is. Who's that? And decided to take herself for a little walk down that way. Look, into another field. God. Off she goes. And we are the 24th Feb. So that's the track up to Nanswidden Farm, 24th Feb. There. This is the woods in the morning. Good fun with Basil and accompaniment. This is Sketch Club again, Wheel Uni, which is over there, just the other side of Carnbray. Casein. Let's put a few of these in.
Love the textured paper.
It's quite nice, that rough paper actually. I don't normally like it. I normally like the something a bit smoother.
Yeah.
But, it works quite well actually. And this is one I did a couple of days ago. I had somebody come to do some photography with me, and we went to St Uni Churchyard, so this is casein as well. So quite good fun. So quite good fun, and this is what we're going to do today, so let's see how we get on. Alright Mads, just going to use 2 brushes, these two. I've had this for years, this tube I've had for about, I had that given me when I was 18, so I won't tell you how long that is, but I've had it a long time and it's still going. So I've got 2 brushes, a pointy one which is technically called a round, and a flat one. That's alright. Just going to get something Look at that yellow that's come out there. Must have picked something up. It's a lot more bluer than that, isn't it? That's grey. That's quite a nice colour though. That's come out very yellow. That's better. A bit more like that. Right, so let's just get some of this down here for the moment. I'm just going to get something in for that water, which I want down here. And so this is the casein paints that are, we don't normally do videos when I'm painting, sketching in casein, because I'm normally on my own, but because we've got Madeline with me today, I thought we would be a good chance to record what I'm doing best we can in paint, because when I'm sketching like this I'm either standing up or sat on this little stool, and so it's not like I'm on got an easel, which is a bit easier to film because it's sort of set in one position. This, I'm moving all over the place, my legs and things are moving quite a lot when I'm sketching as I go to pick up the paint in the palette. It's quite nice, got Mads helping out there on the video instead of being at home lying in bed.
Easy. Doing coursework.
At home after a night out.
I don't go out that much.
So it's drying quite quickly already. That's quite nice. We need to get this. That's drying quite well. Look, almost. It's supposed to dry quicker than that. Let's put a bit of colour down there in that foreground. Oh, that's nice, lovely colour. I just added a bit of cadmium red into that yellow ochre with some white, and it's picked up. It's just got quite a nice, picked up quite a nice colour there. I think I can use that, just a little bit of foreground as it runs across there. And sometimes I paint this quite dry, the paint, and other times like here I add a lot of water to it. So you just got to use your judgment really, because the more water you add, the longer it's going to take to dry. There's a little area here actually I'm going to take a bit higher, because you've got, I can't remember what's called, Bess's Cove or something over there that runs up, and the coastline actually runs away from us over there, and that's, yeah, that goes in, so it's a bit lighter. We might have to adjust the colours a bit, the sort of tones in the colours as we go, but for now I think that will do there. And I've gone over onto the other page because it's very panoramic view, so I've gone over onto this to use 2 pages in the sketchbook. So now I'm just going to, while I'm waiting for this to dry a little bit before I start putting anything in here, I'm just going to go back into this area of the foreground, and I'm just going to put some of this in here, this sort of orangey mix. There's a nice violet in there as well actually, let's get that. We'll put that in there. Stick a bit of that up there. Now we scratch through that a little bit. Bit of texture in the foreground while it's still wet. So that's for that. That's Hell's Mouth. We won't need to worry too much about these bits that go into the water yet. I'll get a different brush for that. All I'm trying to do is just get something down to sort of show where these areas are, and they will have to be altered as they go across, so they're further away, so we grey them off. And that gets quite narrow over there, that area, so yeah, carbray. Oops, so I've just got, let's just run that across the top there for a minute. That sort of goes like that. So then that's that bit. So it comes. We've got a little hill there. And that goes off like that. Then Cambrai rises and runs off like that, and then you've got 4 lanes mast. I'm just going to put a bit of a little bit of red on these areas in a minute now, because there's quite a lot of red in that landscape where the earth is. It sort of slips, a lot of land slips over there, and there's also a nice little area of gorse. I'm going to just put something in there to remind myself, and I'm going to drag a little bit of this through here as well. I'm just going to put a little mark where Cambrai is. I'm going to place it in there. That's the monument there, and just up there you've got the castle, which is a little folly, and then over here, so that's the mast, 4 lanes mast, the blue and a bit of black and yellow ochre. So just putting all sorts of stuff in there. Let's just put this in a minute. That's that little bit that goes up there. You've got an area like that, and some nooks and crannies in here. Like that. There's like a ridge up here. And if I run the brush through there quite quickly, it will drag across, and then it will reveal the areas underneath, so I won't lose them all. Let's just get that in. It's a bit lighter. See, a lot of times is spent on the mixing area, isn't that? And just run some of that across the top as well. That's quite nice, actually. Okay, there's a field, sort of quite a light green field. I'm just going to run that across the top there. That will help separate that area. That's got some lighter red in it, not quite that light, so we're going to have to adjust that. There's like a little halo, well, sort of glow behind here, which is lighter. Where that landscape is a bit more greyed off, which is convenient because then that helps to separate the two. And I've got some white surf there. I'm going to put, let's add a bit more colour into that water, I think. Let's just drag this across here in the water. Using more of a dry brush there. I could see that as I've got a little bit of a reddish glow to that surf, so that's what I'm going to put in. It's quite a thicker paint now. I'm just going to drag some of that across there. Level these areas off a bit now at the same time. Just drag that across. Look, that works quite well actually. I'm quite surprised how well that works, even if I say so myself. We can put some of this in here now, and a little bit coming out there. So there's some darks in here. So I'll just use the brush quite flat and drag that through like that. So add a bit of red into there. It's in the foreground. Quite nice. Warm that up a bit. So just red, black, and a bit of yellow ochre, and using the paint quite dry. Get some darks in. We can always go back over them again if they look too dark. A bit of blue into that one because I want some darks just down there. A few more darks back into here now. It's actually quite dark. in there. I'm going to darken that. Just put that across there. And put the dry brush over it, so just run a pencil through there to just alter the textures a bit. I know there's a couple of areas that could do with being a bit more like this, and then we'll scratch through that then with the point. March 19th, and that is we'll put Hell's Mouth. It's the North Cliffs. It's Cornwall, so there we are. Okay, that's today's little sketch, looking over there along the North Cliffs, and Hell's Mouth tucked down there. Casein on Khadi paper sketchbook. So yeah, great fun. I hope you enjoyed that video and looked through what I've been doing recently, last few weeks. And looking forward to spring now, so I can get rid of these gloves and hat. So farewell, my good friends. Bye for now.
Farewell, my good friends. I want to get a shot of the sketchbook.
Like that, or on the, how about like that? Propped up a little bit like that.